One. Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of our Readers Workshop lesson. Thank you for joining us, and I hope we've been learning a lot about ducks and families. And today we are going to be doing another review lesson of main idea. And so there's so many different strategies for how we can find the main idea, but one of the strategies that I love the most, because it's really fun for me, is notice what repeats. So in a lot of books, in a lot of texts, we see things like patterns that repeat a lot. And usually authors like to do that because they really want you to walk away finishing that book remembering that's what you learned. And so that helps us recognize that's the main idea. And just like teachers, we also do that. When I give you an objective in the beginning of the lesson, you should notice how I say it a lot throughout the lesson because I want you to remember that's the main idea of the lesson, right? And so just like our text and my lessons, there's a main idea that we want you to come away with when we read this text. And so as we read this text, I want you to focus on what repeats, what keeps being brought up a lot, because that's the main idea of the text. Okay, so watch as I show you how we're going to read this text today. And we're reading it. I screenshotted the pages because I just want us to focus on the actual text and the pictures and not on those things that we stopped. And so, sorry, there's not going to be any videos, but more pictures. So I'm going to read it, and I want you to just notice, are there any words or phrases that keep popping up over and over again? And then I'm going to ask the teachers to show me what they thought repeated a lot. Okay, so here we go. Look, her color matches the color of the dry grass. Being brown helps her hide. And again, her means the mother duck, right? Because we're rereading this, and we already know a lot of the information that we talked about before. I watch the ducks to see what they do. They walk in a line. They eat seeds and plants. So far, I haven't seen anything repeating, but that's okay. They swim in the pond using their feet as paddles. Oh yeah, I remember that video. Grandma says the big duck is the mother. The little ones are her babies. The babies are called ducklings. They follow their mother, walking in a line. The ducklings eat food in the grass, just like their mother. The ducklings follow their mother and go for a swim. The ducklings flap their wings, just like their mother. The mother duck shows the ducklings what to eat, where to go, how to swim. Uh-oh, here comes a cat. What's going on here? I wonder if that's Missy Kimowich's Leo. Just kidding. I think the mother duck is scaring away the cat. She's protecting her babies. So that was the end of the text. And I'm going to ask the teachers, and I might silently go through each of the pages again, and you can reread it if you'd like to see, were there any phrases that got repeated over and over again? Okay. Look at the pictures to kind of remind you of the information. That's why rereading is so important, because it helps us remember what was said and what we read. So teachers, when you're ready, if you have an idea, you can give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Mr. Hernandez, what was your thinking?
I think I saw on 2 different pages that the ducklings walk in a line.
Okay, so I did see that a lot too. So let's go back here. We see this one where they first walked in a line, and again in the picture, they're walking in a line. So good, that was repeated. What was another, did any other teachers have a different idea of what was repeated? Missy Kimowich?
There was the phrase "just like their mother" that kept repeating. So it was like,
yeah, like they follow their mother, just like their mother on this page.
food in the grass.
Follow their mother. So a lot about bringing up about the mother, following the mother just like their mother.
Yeah,
Again, right here.
just like
Awesome. Miss Rosales, do you have a thought?
I was looking at the phrase the ducklings blink. So
The ducklings.
they were doing actions together. So that was a phrase that I saw, I think, in 2 or 3 pages.
Okay, the phrase just like their mother. So I'm going to write down the things that the teachers just said, because that's why we have discussions about the main idea, because there's sometimes a lot of different repeated phrases. So I remember Ms. Hernandez said that walking in a line was repeated a lot. Okay, and then Mr. Kimowich said just like their mother. And then Miss Rosales said the ducklings blink. Now, looking at these 3 ideas that our teachers came up with, we want to find the best one to use for our main idea. So one clue that I'm going to give you, teachers, is, and boys and girls at home, is it's usually the one that's repeated for the most, the one that you see a lot in all the pages, because the author really wants to say this many, many times. And just to direct our thinking, I feel like, and teachers, you can either agree or disagree with me, I felt like almost all the pages had just like their mother in it, or had mother. So I think out of all the 3 that we chose, I think just like their mother would be the phrase that I feel comfortable saying is mostly the main idea. Would you guys agree? Disagree? Awesome. Okay, great. Can one of you guys help me, or I'll give you something time, come up with a complete sentence to write the main idea with the phrase just like their mother? Ms. Rosales?
The ducklings did many things just like their mother.
Teachers, how do you feel about that sentence? Is that okay? Yeah, I would agree. I think that's the main idea of the text. It's all these ducklings doing all these things just like their mother, and I know you guys know exactly why. So again, I'm going to repeat the skill that we just did with our teachers right now. We went and we reread all the pages to see, what repeated, okay? And that helps us know what the author is trying to get us to understand about the text. After that, we wrote down some possibilities of things that we heard brought up a lot of times, because in a text, there might be more than one thing that gets brought up more than once. But how we chose our main idea is we chose the one that was the most, the one that showed up the most. And we always heard the mother being brought up in the text. So now it's your turn. We did the hard, heavy work of finding the main idea for you. Now you got to go prove, how did the text show that the ducklings did many things just like their mother? So I want you to go back in the text and reread the text, and I'll put the link in the Seesaw assignment. And I want you to write in complete sentences 3 details or 3 examples of how the ducklings did many things just like their mother. Okay, so we're looking forward to seeing your thinking and your ideas and how you're going to put them in very nice, complete sentences to prove that that is true. So thank you for joining us today. We're so excited to see what you come up with, and have a good day. Bye.
Bye.